You don't want to tussle with me, dude. You don't.
You don't want to tussle.
Oh, hey, hi, hello. Lida, even.
14th lighter, ready to tussle. It's D&D time. I'm running the stream now. Get bent, J Bruce. It's me, Ian Flux, internet personality extraordinaire.
Allegedly.
Said that while I was super stoned getting my teeth pulled. And I'm so proud of that. Anyway, Bruce, it's your stream. Do your thing.
Hey, thanks.
Except I'm fucking back. I got energy today, man. I'm sorry.
Welcome on into another episode of We Run the Dungeon. We're going to go around the room, introduce who we're going to be playing, and then we'll go ahead and hop right on in. And we'll go ahead and start with Warren because he's just ready. I can see the excitement in his face.
Excitement. I'm so ready. Hi, I'm Warren. I am playing Exelion Verasmus III. I would say his friends call him Axel, but they're all pretty much dead. I guess Arcturus qualifies, but I feel like that's too friendly for a therapist.
Yeah. Legally, you can't be a friend.
First name basis.
Speaking of the insulted therapist, Travis.
I'm insulted. I'm a therapist. I'm a tiefling. I'm a wizard. And I've recently learned how to cast Fireball.
Well, hot diggity darn.
That would have come in handy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Fenkin would have died even harder. Next up, we have Travis, or not Travis, because he just went.
I am a tiefling. Sorry.
Donnie.
I am Donnie, and I'm playing the newly introduced character Ira Bashamer. And I'm sure we'll learn more about her later. I don't want to spoil anything in the intro.
Thank you.
Like one word.
Exactly, Miss Bashhammer. I appreciate it. Hi, I'm J Bruce, and I am playing Koromer, the kobold sorcerer extraordinaire. And I did not just learn how to cast Fireball. And last but not least, we have Ian.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Ian, as you heard from the intro that I so cleverly stole for a minute. I'm playing Weird, the Goblin Bard. And I, believe it or not, did just learn how to cast Fireball.
I don't believe it.
Well, you're gonna have to wait and see.
Allegedly.
It might be an illusion. It might not be. You don't know.
Imagine. Just learned.
Throw an illusionary fireball at somebody. Oh my god.
Emotional
The pain is real.
damage. Exactly.
Yeah.
You just cast like Firebolt.
Put it inside of a minor illusion. Alright, Arcturus, we have a fucking plan now.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
I'm
not
gonna
lie to you.
disguise your spells as smaller spells with minor illusion.
Look at those small explosions. They can't be a powerful wizard. Oh,
Oh god.
Matt, take it away.
I missed the whole fireball conversation.
Sorry.
Sorry. I can fireball eventually.
alrighty. Last time on D&D, our group lost two of their own members to two other members of their own team. Team killing, if you will, as the saying goes. Oh man, a lot happened. Sorry. After losing Fenkin, Weird saw the thing that has been haunting them, the thing in the night, claim Fenkin's soul. Not wanting to stick around, and with the looming will-o-wisps coming your way, the group decided to loot and scoot, as it were. Grabbing plenty of different items off of these corpses that they found. Not all of them yet identified, but some of them being too strange. We'll leave it at that. After leaving or on the way out of the ruins, you guys were found by one of the roaming will-o-wisps, which followed Louvre, and you guys heard some battle off in the distance. As you were crossing, getting back, you guys met back up with Louvre, finding out that it was not her who was causing all the commotion, or the giant knock spell that Arcturus was able to decipher. Ended up leaving the ruins, heading back to the main grove, talking with Red. Turns out they did not see anybody pass through here, and it's been kind of just same old, keeping an eye on Null Bones, doing a little bit of hunting and scavenging. And then you guys decided to head further away into the woods. Not really sure where exactly the next steps are, but there has been talks of finding maybe someone to bring back your fallen members to do what can be done. You found a tower hidden in the fog of the forest, and were able to make camp there for the night. Weird, staying up a little bit later than normal, heard another sound of battling throughout the night. And then the next morning, you guys all woke up, and another campsite was spotted near you guys. From there, Weird, Arcturus, and Louvre walked out and scouted it a little bit and met a few strange individuals. After a little bit of introductions, the three decided to bring the kobold and the construct back to Axel and Red for further discussions. We'll go ahead and pick up as the group walks back to the tower. Axel, as you are doing your morning rituals, prayers, whatever you might have, the pale light on the sword has started to shift since attuning to the shield. The light now more or less resembles the morning glow of a rising sun. Taking in this kind of effect, moving the sword around, you notice in the background emerging from the fog, Arcturus, Weird, and then a small hooded kobold and a construct move towards you.
Doesn't seem to be threatening though. Everybody's happy to be walking together.
It seems to be amicable so far.
Arteris's head is on a spike. The
That
druid
changes
has been
everything.
toasted.
He's walking through,
Roasted over a Spitfire.
but it's only because of Ray's dead. He's walking, but yeah, he's still walking.
It's a zombie.
Yeah.
It's a clever plan.
Thank you.
I will sheath the sword and hey, find some new friends.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They were just like out hanging out. They were the ones with the big knock spell, apparently. But if we're all out here, might as well kind of be together or something.
Yes, good morning to you. I think it was a chime of knock. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, chime
must
of
have heard.
knocking.
Must have heard our escape from the ruins.
Yes.
Oh, you
Well,
were you were in there as well. Okay.
Ira Bashover. Pleasure to meet you.
Axel, pleasure to meet you.
Koromu.
Axel,
Bless
nod.
you.
Well, thank you.
Red. As you see, poking their head around the corner, holding a rifle. They go back out of frame.
Are those firearms common? Should I be interested in that?
Say they're not too common. No. Well, they were not common at all from what you remember.
Do you guys all go by colors here, or is it just that individual?
I mean, I think it's just that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we had talked about it. I'm sorry, my name's Weird.
Yeah, I got that. I just wasn't sure if that was like
Okay.
a code name for battle. Like we have red and green and tall red, and then
Big red, little red.
yeah.
I like that.
I'll let you guys decide which is which.
So you're headed to Amphale?
Are we? Yeah, we need to. We had we lost some companions in there. We need to get them back to the city.
Lost him or you found him?
No, we lost him. It was pretty shitty and awful.
Then you found him.
I don't
But
think.
like we
Oh, no, we were together and they died to clear this up.
Oh,
Sorry.
oh. Sorry. About your loss. Hey, let's have some breakfast and start off right.
I think that is
I'm in.
a
And,
good idea.
and if there's a fire started already, if not, I'll start one. And I'm going to use my right tool for the job, pull out some thieves' tools. I'm going to create cooking utensils.
All right. Are these your homemade tools of the trade?
Oh, well, I'm just creating where is it? The right tool for the job. With thieves' tools in hand, magically create one set of non-magic artisan's tools. No, this is a ability of the artificer.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Wait, what does that look? Is it like you
Yeah.
take your tools and magically combine them into the like cooking tools, or is
So,
it like you just create them out of nowhere? What does it look like?
I've got my thieves' tools, and I'm using these to tinker with there might be a large stone nearby, a rock, whatever it is. Maybe I'm grabbing some like pieces of sticks or materials out of my bag, but somehow I get it all to work, and poof, I have cooking utensils.
All of those questions just to create the important role play moment of I look over your shoulder and go, impressive, and then walk away.
And also, I'm setting that up. I'm going to pull out my alchemy jug,
Mm-hmm.
one of my infusions,
Nice.
and
30
I'm
pounds of
going
mayo.
to I'm going to start mixing up a nice. I'm going to say mayonnaise into the jug,
Nice. Okay.
put it into a bowl, and then I'm going to take out my spice pouch, the magical spice pouch, and I'm going to pull out some. You know, what's a good breakfast spice? How about some like brown sugar? Put in the mayonnaise and kind of make like a brown sugar aioli.
Sure. That sounds like chef words.
Yum.
All right.
Oh, it's one of these cooks that put aioli on everything and just expect it just to be better. Yeah.
All right.
One charge of my spice pouch.
Red will take a look over. You cooking? I got this
Yeah,
for you then. And then he'll just drop a chunk of venison. It's still pretty fresh if you can do something with that.
Oh, perfect. I was going to rehydrate some rations, but fresh venison, even better.
Sure. Wait.
I'll take some more seasonings. Season that.
Red kind of stares you at it a little bit. Do you even eat?
Oh, that's yet to be discovered, but I intend to find out.
I feel like that might be kind of rude.
This is all new to me.
Like, how new?
Yeah, same question.
I would also
Well-
like to ask that question.
Okay.
Wait, you don't know him? Them?
I mean,
Sorry, I
how
shouldn't assume.
how well do you know any of the people that you're with? You know?
I know none of them were born yesterday.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, I've got this cooking set up. I got the pan. I'm starting to season some aioli. I've got this venison now, and I'm going to throw some seasonings on that. I've got a chef's hat on at this point and an apron, and I'm standing behind this counter with this bonfire with a skillet over it, and just cooking, like it's a cooking show. And I'm going to start talking about how I got to where I am now, and how it's going to go. Yeah. Well, I'm Ira Bashamer. If you haven't heard of me, I'm an part of the famous Bashamer family of dwarves in Baldur's Gate. Perhaps you've heard of me, maybe not. Maybe you're not from Baldur's Gate, but I am the offspring of Old Pappy. Well, my life took me to archaeology, and well, you saw for yourselves if you truly were down there. What I believe to be a dwarven ruin. I mean, it's a well-known ruin, just no one has been brave enough to do it. I had a team with me, but they all ran off. At least I think. We got separated. But I discovered something. It was some sort of lab, and I was able to analyze it, figure out how it kind of worked, but then something happened. And, well, I passed out. And then I woke up.
And you were that
Last
something.
night. From our friend Cormer here.
Hi.
Hey.
In the spot.
Yeah. I just walked up and just sort of pressed the on button.
Yeah, I'd like to maybe get back to Amphail and see if there's a cleric. This seems like a cleric's job.
I think you might need a blacksmith more than anything, friend.
This is funny.
I'd like to get back to my old self.
Hmm.
In fact, we could go back in the ruin. I'd love to analyze that some more.
I can probably analyze it here if you'd like.
Analyze me? I hardly know you.
Okay. No pressure. Just I'm here if you need anything to talk.
I should also add there must have been some sort of radiation emitted from the machine, but everything seemed much older, and I think my body might have been destroyed in the process, because there was definitely a skeleton about my stature on the floor. My stuff.
Oh, dang, so we're just giving you the whole like rebuild special, huh?
My first hypotheses. I know I was able to sense some sort of necromantic magic coming off of it.
Off your body?
Off of the laboratory machines.
Oh, right. Yes.
There is magic.
I mean,
Oftentimes.
Why were you
usually
all
when I find a big spooky machine, my first thought is, well, if it's got necromantic energy, then I gotta touch it.
Well, it wasn't spooky.
That's not a good rule to live by, friend.
More being kind of sarcastic and facetious. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I mean, hey, if we're talking about cool stuff, you're into archaeology. I wouldn't say like I'm into it or nothing, but I've been known to go places that I probably shouldn't and take things that aren't mine. But like in really old places. So I think that kind of counts as archaeology, right?
Something of an archaeologist yourself?
I think
Yeah,
that's called
kinda.
looting. Or grave robbing, even.
Is that not just archaeology?
It's saving artifacts from
I'm
the
preserving history.
I
decay
think,
of time.
I think
yeah, technically it depends on how long the thing has been sitting there. If it's a few months or years, then it's grave robbing. If it's a few decades, then it's probably archaeology.
Yeah, 100%.
So.
Like, I found this cool book, and I'll hold up my book. I was like, and
Is your book like written by Weird?
no, like
It's got a picture
it's
of a face on it.
no. So this book is it's a leather bound book, but like a suspicious leather. Like it's probably people.
Yeah, I mean, the eyebrow raise that I did on camera is also in character.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
Like that's it's pretty nice. It's kind of ornate looking. Like yeah, but it's seen better days, obviously. So one time I was out with one of my siblings. We were kind of out and about where we weren't really supposed to be. We're out there in the Mirror Dead Man, right? And
The what?
because we were like the Mirror Dead Man. It's like a big like swamp thing where a big fight happened at one point. So we thought maybe we'll go look at some dead bodies because we were bored. So we didn't really find any like dead bodies like that, but we did find this dude's house. So we went inside and we thought it was abandoned. It wasn't abandoned. So while he was getting real mad at us and doing weird necromancy things, I stole his book. Yeah.
Well, I think this is an appropriate time to say that while we're cooking breakfast and getting ready for the day's, travel, I will be identifying some magic items over here. And all the magic items I have are things we collected from our most recent adventure where we were both in this cavern. If anybody wants to add anything from the cavern, not from the cavern, whatever, I'll be over here. You can add it to the pile. And I'm going to start the ritual cast identify on. I'm going to start with the scimitar, but I'm going to go through all of the stuff.
Alrighty. All right. So let me pull out my list. Starting off with the scimitar, there's nothing about the scimitar itself that's important. However, there is another gem that's kind of like at the center of the hilt in between the two blades that seems to emanate what kind of magic? Let's say enchantment magic that's coming off of this maybe golf ball size red ruby or red gem that's affixed to this blade. Did you I guess you still have Eric's body and stuff since you grabbed them. Eric did have a similar jewel on their. Was it a rapier that you were using? So on their rapier, they had something similar at the bottom of their hilt. But as far as what it does, can't tell anything cursed about it or any negative issues. You could just tell that it will affix to a sword, and that's all you can really glean from that. It seems to be some type of foreign magic. Next on the list, what you looking at? Or do you want me to just go through it? We're gonna do it.
I mean, yeah. If you want to go through everything right now, then let's just go down the list. If you want to interject roleplay with it or have a time on it, then I can pick. It's up to you.
All right, I'll just go down the list, and then if you see something, or if you want, or vice versa, if you want to roleplay after making a discovery, we'll go from that.
Okay.
All right. So off of the shifter, the insignia of the claws, that will give whoever is attuned to it +1 to their unarmed attacks. They also count as magical for overcoming resistance.
And that's what I have in my notes is an amethyst necklace.
The amethyst necklace was worn by the changeling. That was
that was okay.
half of the amulet related to the Shield Guardian, which you can still tell there is dormant magic in this necklace, so it might be repaired, may be able to be reattuned or salvaged or something. So it's not completely worthless, but can't seem to figure out what to do with it in its current state.
Okay. And then to your previous point, there was another necklace that gave a +1 to unarmed attacks, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that is what you're hearing. That was the insignia of the claws. So there's like 3 talon-like claws that are clasping this little teardrop that's filled with a crimson liquid.
Dude, that item sounds super dumb.
Super cool.
It's been a month.
If anyone here uses unarmed attacks.
I'm gonna now.
Too late. I actually took a level in Blood Hunter to respect my past friend, so dibs.
You need level 3 to
Shapeshift.
It's such a bad level dip.
Just go monk, I'd be better off.
On the halfling Kalashtar, you were able to find a +1 hand crossbow. And then there is the tailored cloak that they were wearing as well. That is a billowing cloak of protection.
Billowing cloak of protection? I've only ever come across a billowing cloak, never one that does anything useful.
Yeah. So it's like a cloak of protection +1 to AC and saving throws, but also you can use your bonus action and it would start billowing in the wind.
Yeah. Billowing cloak is such a cool item.
It's pretty cool. Just for thematic, thematic dramatic poses. Like, wow. The Lathander shield. Sorry. Also, while you were going through the shifter, looking at what they also had a coin in their pockets. One side, leering face of a demon. The other side, picture of a beautiful woman, long hair. Make a religion check.
Okay.
What does that cloak look like, by the way?
Cool.
Dillos.
Sick. I will use a bonus action and change my appearance of my cloak to look exactly like that cloak.
Perfect. All right. It was darker, so not completely, black, but darker fabrics. I was gonna say leather, so that doesn't seem right for a cloak of protection. With some little specks of white glittering, almost looks like stars, but it's subtle.
Oh, do we have costumes now? I'll tap my jacket and put a charge of magical tinkering on it to give it a static visual effect, which matches of the billowing cloak.
Nice.
Going down.
Of course, that's so many little useless things.
It's so wonderful. Few things make my heart happy as useless things.
Useless magic items might be some of the best magic items in the entire game.
Agreed.
I once threw a billowing cloak at a guy and then turned it on and blinded him with it.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Going down. The Ken Blade. So that was the double-bladed scimitar. Also on this half-elf, you found a small wooden chest. Does the identify spell let you know the magical activation words of magic items?
Allow me to find out.
I don't think so, but I think the activation word changes on attunement.
I learned its properties. How to use them, I think, might be the key here.
Okay.
Whether it requires attunement, how many charges, if any spells are affecting the item, and if the item was created by a spell. You learn which spell created it.
Gotcha. So it was not created by a spell, but this is a magical chest. If you learned how to use it, it'd be the code word. Do you want to create a new attunement code word? Because that would be cool. If not, I'll tell you what the code word was.
Go ahead and tell me what the code word was.
Code word was Ixnay
For the chest?
for the chest.
I also know
So-
Pig Latin.
So if you speak that code word, it'll turn from a little toy-sized chest into an actual large chest. That's probably about let's say 6 feet wide, 3 feet tall.
Ooh.
So a big boy. Let's go with 4 feet. That's bigger.
So I'm just sitting over there mumbling nonsense and casting spells, and then finally I Exney.
Bless
I
you.
say, and here comes this huge chest.
Oh shit, I'm in. And Weird comes slithering over.
Yeah, I think I got most of the things down, but I don't know what, if anything, is in here. So be ready. I'll try to open it immediately.
It is locked.
I can't get in. I don't know if anyone
I can
else
take a look.
can.
Let me see. I'll use these.
Noise.
I'll also bring my sword over to see if he can tell me if there's anything new going on with it since it changed how it lights up.
Alrighty. Sorry, Don. Did you say Ira was doing something? Your mic kind of cut out a little bit for me.
Yeah, let me see if I can do something about that. Get my thieves tools out and do that. Allow. Hear me?
Yep, thieves tools out. All right, you got it busted out. You gotta. Good thing you were done with your cooking, or at least some parts of it you're able to kind of deconstruct some of
Well, I
these.
have thieves tools.
I
Yeah.
thought you were using it for your cooking tools,
I
or do
created.
you just make it with your thieves tools? Oh, okay.
And actually, I misspoke. I did use my all.
Your all
The other one takes
oh,
an hour. All-purpose tools takes an action.
Gotcha.
So I pulled out this like screwdriver type item, and at the top of it were a bunch of collapsible pieces I was able to construct. But now I have these.
Perfect. Alrighty, well, go ahead and roll a dexterity check. Add your thief's tool proficiency, which I think you're proficient in all artisans' tools. Is that how it goes?
I'm proficient in several normally, but if I use my all-purpose tool, I'm
Mhm.
proficient with the tool that the all-purpose tool.
Gotcha. That's how it works. I don't think I've ever played with an artificer in the group, so this will be interesting.
I haven't looked at them until making this character. I rolled a 17.
17.
Actually, I rolled 19.
19. Hey, 19 will still do it.
19.
As you are using your thieves' tools on the mundane lock, you hear a small little click as the latch pops open, a little bit of an inch. Upon opening it, the interior of this chest is filled with a nice cushiony pleather material down at the bottom, and then the line or the walls are lined as well. Inside of it, you are able to see just normal camping supplies, some rations that have been long gone, decayed, an additional 500 gold pieces, and inside there is a small black box. I'd say maybe 6 inches by 4 feet, just straight black cover.
After I pop the lid, we could all go through that and see all of that. Well, got
Ah,
a black box and some gold, and then otherwise you
careful,
took this man's
careful with the black box. I want to give me a minute, and I want to cast Identify on the black box, like hopefully without touching it.
Gotcha. The black box is mundane. Nothing magical about it from what you can tell.
So after 10 minutes, I kind of just nod and gesture to everyone, like it doesn't seem cursed or anything. If we want to.
I want to double check it because that box is giving me the heebie-jeebies. For any sort of like traps or anything like that on it.
All right, you go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Oh, baby, we're here to play 22.
22. Going around, there just seems to be like one little slit around 3 sides of it. As you can see, that would be, where this kind of box opens up. Investigating as close as you can without touching it, you don't see any mechanical traps, any strings, or really any kind of runes that have been intricately inlaid throughout the boxes. Nothing's popping out at you. You feel like it's pretty safe.
Okay. I mean, it seems good. If anybody's wanting to, open it up, go for it. Fuck it. I'll go ahead and open it up.
All right. You grab the black box. And when you open it up, inside are 5 cards.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit!
First one.
Weird's got 5 cards. Everybody. Oh, baby. We're in for some shit.
First one being the moon. Second, the sun.
Trying to make notes. I'm sorry. Organization. We're just gonna put it here. So moon, sun,
Third one being balance.
balance,
The void.
the void. Oh god, of
That's
course I'd
good.
find that card.
And the throne.
Excellent.
I'd say, because you've kind of got identify magic going on, Arcturus. These are they are magical. They have all the schools of magic from what you can kind of sense and detect going on with these. No, well, a spell was used to create these, but it would be a spell of 11th level. So beyond what Mystra allows within this realm.
Whoa! Well, you're careful. Did you already touch those?
I'm like, I have them and I'm like flipping through.
Okay.
Like how people like flip like magic cards or trading cards real quick.
You forgot to put the second one at the back so that way you can reveal it last. Or
Yeah. Oh, these are fucking sick.
Yeah. You're not dead, so that's great. But in the wizard world, we have a term for something like that. We call it hot. Those are hot. I can't identify. I don't know what magic is creating them. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know how to use them, but I know they're hot.
I feel like weird kind of fans them out and like, hell yeah, they're hot. Look at the art on these.
Yeah. Yep.
Things are beautiful.
Yep.
Fucking crazy, man.
Would
They're
we be
warm
able
to the touch.
Identify any of the symbols or anything on them?
Anyone who is proficient in either history or arcana can go ahead and make a roll.
I will go ahead and attempt an Arcana check.
I got a 12.
Okay.
25.
Oh, was that history or arcana?
27.
That was Arcana. I've got same bonus in both.
Okay.
14 on Arcana.
14.
You say 27, Arturus?
Yeah, I crit.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Damn right you did.
Ian sorry, I was switching between real names. Ian, Warren, and Josh, if you wouldn't mind deafening for a second.
Boners.
Yep.
Welcome, chat, to my time to speak. Because the rest of the group can't hear you. So we get to hang out with me for a little bit. I hope you all are doing well. It's a good time tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming and swinging by. I really do appreciate it. As we get some lore knowledge dropped on us. Well, not us. But for Travis and Donnie, aka Arturus and Ira.
I can also determine the monetary value of art objects more than a century old.
Okay.
This is part of my
I love
archaeologist
this.
background.
Do I need the deafen? Do I need the?
Are you trying to just get like a value on like an idea of the whole set altogether, like one of these cards, or
All the
I'd
above.
say one of these cards by itself, probably about 1,500 gold.
Okay.
The more you can get together, I'd say it goes up maybe exponentially. So for these, well, maybe not exponentially is the right word, but for these 5 together, I'd say you could probably get anywhere from 10 to 15 total if that's what you were looking for.
All right. That'll do.
I got the chance to serenade my chat while you were doing this since you guys were all muted, so
Oh, just pay me now.
Exactly. No one knows.
Nobody knows. And then last but not least, inside this chest, you do see a rolled up piece of parchment.
I will grab that and kind of take a look.
From here, you see this is this is something that you maybe would expect Ira to come across, but this piece of parchment seems at least a millennia old, and it's got a drawing, crude markings of the Sword Coast, with about 7 different spots, just kind of marked with a little X. So no writings, nothing that you can kind of determine. Just the hand drawn map. And then one of them you can see, the one that's kind of like it's an X along the coast in between Neverwinter and Waterdeep. You see kind of one of those circled
Between Neverwinter and Everdeep, you said?
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Hey.
Looking kind of over your shoulder at the map, if that's cool. Looking at that, like between Neverwinter and Waterdeep. That's where I'm from. That's my woods right there, and I'm gonna point like generally to wherever the hell that was, to the Neverwinter Wood over by Helmshold.
And what would an adventurer say want with wherever you're from? Why would it be circled?
I mean, Helmshold's there, which is pretty cool. Neverwinter's a pretty dope place. I've never been there, but like I've heard it's cool. The Sword Mountains are over there, and they've got the Sword Mountain clan. They're from over there, and we don't like to really go there because they're like they're just a little more aggressive and kind of just more stereotypically, adventure fodder. Trying to find a nice way to say that.
Evil.
Yeah. in a different situation.
You said it was a millennial old. That's obvious.
Yeah, it's very weathered. So this paper has been kept in immaculate shape. Not a lot of tearing or anything like that, but you can definitely tell that it is, weathered.
I have cartographer's tools proficiency.
Okay.
I don't have any tools right now. I need my all-purpose tool to create one, and it's well occupied right now. But with that proficiency, can I like see any authenticity or make sure like is this really that old?
What kind of check would that be? Just investigation, or straight up? I'll just say investigation.
How's a 24 do?
24 will do. It's not perfect. There's definitely the main islands have been identified. Some of these marks that you're seeing are just kind of, it seems like they're in the middle of the ocean on these on this map, whereas in the more modern ones, or at least like the one Red has, you do see where there's actual like a little chain of islands that have been discovered and are on more recent maps. So it lines up. It looks like it's a legitimate map, has all of the main landmarks that would have been around back then, but is missing some of the finer details, if that's what you were looking for.
Yeah, but the parchment's definitely old, and whatever ink they used is all tracks with.
Yeah, whoever did this was probably not a cartographer by trade, but they definitely, got around.
It smells like somebody was like making something to remind themselves of where something was.
Well, we've got a lot of fine stuff here, and those of us that collected it will need to divvy it up.
Is it too late to ask you to look for something? Like look at something, I should say?
No, add anything to the pile that you'd like.
All right.
As you gesture back towards the pile, you notice Axel's kind of just standing there with his sword.
Oh yeah, no, Axel, if you're waiting, go for it, man.
No, you go ahead. Weird.
No. I'm cutting in line. That's rude.
I'll start pulling the meat and stuff and start divvying up plates. Also, I've got 2 gallons of mayonnaise in this jug, so if you guys have any empty containers, how's your chance to fill it?
Gallons of mayonnaise.
That's
in
a lot of
character
mayonnaise.
and in real life.
Red will say, "I have questions, but not right now." And then I'll scoop some mayonnaise and sort for later.
Good lubricant or
For the weapon?
machinations, guns.
Yeah.
Whatever those are.
Arturus, as you go over Axel's sword, you can definitely sense that there is some divination magic coming from it. Not sure if it's more than it was before. I don't know if you've ever identified Axel's sword for him, but it just it seems to still have the same properties, being able to light up, no additional +1s or anything special like that. But it does, it just has a heavier aura, I'll say.
I'm going to cast. It takes 10 minutes. I'm sitting there, ritual casting Identify. I'm gonna get up and go, Axel. I'm gonna kind of call him over and privately disclose all of that. Like, I don't think we adventured together before, but I don't think we've had a ton of reason to really inspect each other's items or anything like that. I've just kind of known this was a magic sword and it did cool things. And I'm going to disclose all of that. And, hey, there's some divination magic going on here, but it has a pretty heavy aura. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, thanks. I don't think I've ever really put a lot of thought into what it was beyond my family's sword.
Um, yeah, no problem. One more thing. The main reason I called you over, I'm going to pull out the coin and go, I thought that yours was a 1 of 1. I'm confused as to what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. So did I also get a coin from in there? So this is the third coin now?
So
That's a
this
good
is
question.
the third coin, yes. However, this coin is different than the other two. On one side of the coin is the same demon, but where your coins have the symbol of Lathander, this is a different image. Yeah, you know this. Would be the deity Soon, the goddess of beauty.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll pull my 2 coins out and show them to Arcturus. I don't know if we've had a chance to talk about how I found another one in there.
Oh, you've had 2.
Well, I had one, and then I found one in down there with the shield.
And then there's this one. Interesting. Do you have significance for the? I assumed the coin, like a lot of what you carry, is an heirloom of your family and things. I was surprised to see more of them.
Me too. It's just the coin's been with me for a long time. I don't know what it is. I kept it because it's clearly Lathander, but they seem to be more than I expected.
Well, it seems Lathander wants you to have them, so, and I'll kind of hand the coin over and go, if there's anything else I can do to help clarify what's going on here, please let me know.
If you think you can help, I'm happy to take it.
I'm no god, so I think your prayer is powerful, but if there's ever a situation where you feel like my services are worthy, then yes, I would be happy to help you.
You've been a good companion then. You pulled me out of 2, 3 deadly situations. So absolutely.
Well, as of you for me, so I think what started as a fun experiment for me to learn a few things has slowly turned into what I think some call fate.
How's that feel to it?
Kind of a nod, like, yeah, we've had our, we keep this conversation between us. I'm not going to share with the group. Yeah. And then I'll gesture to Weird. You wanted me to look at something?
Oh yeah. I'd say pretty intense. No, mine feels pretty not intense, but okay. So I grabbed a couple of things. Like I kind of bought some things off of Fenkin, and I wanted to make sure I knew what they did before I like hurt anybody with them.
Yeah. And you're okay with me taking
You know what?
and analyzing and just
I
the.
think that I'm trying. Yes, you've given me no reason to actually not trust you, and I kind of lost my cool for a while, and I'm sorry about that. But yes, if it would be if you're willing to help me, that is.
Of course, your loyalty to Fenkin is admirable. But I have to ask, as I do in all of these situations, do you want the truth?
Yes.
Or do you want... Okay.
I want to know.
Okay.
Um, Well, it's actually two things. It's one thing of Fenkin's and one thing of mine, if that's not crazy.
Yeah, I think I have enough time, like, looking at other people eating breakfast. Like, I think we have
I'm
some
not going
time
to take
before we
up all the
leave.
time. If you need to tell me to get
Yeah.
bent, I can, like, that can be fine.
No, I'm not sure we're going to run into a better situation than this. So give me
Okay.
10, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready, just let me know.
Yeah, what would you
This
like
is ritual
first?
casting. I'm not wasting your spell slots, right?
Right.
Okay. Just making sure. All right. So this first one, this was Fen's. I come back with like my pack that has Fenkin's longbow kind of strapped in it. Just, he made it do cool things, and I wasn't sure if that was him or if that was the bow or a little of both.
Mm. I will start there.
Okay.
As you go to identify the bow, you're not sure where Fenkin got this. Some of the wood is not what you're used to seeing normal longbows made out of. The bowstring itself as well. Exotic, but altogether nothing magical. Seemed like it was Fenkin themselves that made it spark.
Mm. I'll call Weird back over and
Yeah. What's up?
I've seen what you've seen, but the truth is this bow is. My magical senses tell me it's mundane.
That's
My
amazing.
eye tells me I've never seen anything like it.
That's honestly that's kind of awesome. Like that's kind of amazing.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of things for us to uncover with Fenkin that we never got the chance to, and I'm just
Well,
as sad as you about that.
I have a hunch that there's some of them that if we ever found out, he might have just tried to kill us for.
Maybe.
It's maybe not the
We'll
best
never
joke
know.
to make at the moment. My bad.
I've seen that situation play out many times, so it's not necessarily a joke to me. But you knew Fenkin better than I did, so maybe it is to you.
He was just a big angry sweetheart. All right, other one. So whole backstory. This is that book I was telling you about. This is that book. I know that it's got something going on with it, but I don't really know what. I would advise probably don't open it. Maybe just look at the stuff because when I opened it, that's when weird shit started happening to me.
Mm.
So forewarned there. I just a little bit more know your enemy kind of stuff. If you're comfortable.
I'm comfortable, but I'm going to tell you, if I don't come around in about 10 minutes, something's gone wrong.
If you don't come around in 10 minutes, so we'll figure it out. We'll get you back. That's fine. I got all these
Yeah.
cards that we can figure out what they do to try to get you back.
And I kind of Weird would probably notice, I kind of eye the cards a little bit, and it's not a joke to me that they would use the cards. Ugh. And then I say, kind of gather myself and say, I trust you, of course. Just 10 minutes.
10 minutes, you got it.
And I'll take the book and use Identify.
I can tell you what the book is. I just don't know if there's any other flavor that you would want to add to it, Matt.
No, go ahead and let them know what weird or what the book is.
So what Weird knows about it is that it's an endearing spellbook. So spellbook, along with anything written on its pages, can't be damaged by fire or immersion in water. In addition, the spellbook doesn't deteriorate with age. And that's kind of as much as Weird has been able to gather. But there we go.
All right, let me double check my features and trait, or my my personality traits make sure there's nothing that's going to make me open this because you told me to not to. Protect my students. Yeah, no. Nothing. Okay. I wouldn't open it.
Okay. So just without opening it, from what you can tell, there's nothing inherently, good or evil, but there is definitely something magical about these pages. So, a lot of enchantment and illusion magic are kind of the schools that you're picking up here. And then, yeah, exactly what Weird said. Anything written on it can't be erased or moved. There's also some additional properties where you can write some words, but they become illusory to anyone who's not the intended recipient. Outside of that, if you wanted to know anything more about the book, you would have to read its contents.
Got
But
it.
as far as the book itself, that's what you're able to gather.
Yeah, I'll call Weird back over and I'll have both my spell book and this spell book like next to each other, and I'll just be like, "So here's the book you gave me. If I were to cast my spell on this book, when I cast my spell on this book, I get an understanding of the magic within, and I get, like I mentioned, the cards you got were, and it's like almost if I'm like like emphasizing is the word I'm looking for. Like shit's dangerous, shit's hot. Like those were hot, right?
Yeah.
And here's my spell book, and if I had cast the same spell on my spell book, mine would be less hot than the one you're carrying.
Oh shit. So I got I'm like walking around with like a bomb.
Yeah, you Weird. I feel compelled to let you know are walking around with a lot of powerful magic, some within and some in these items that you carry. It's not, from what I've witnessed, your strong suit, but that's okay. I urge caution.
All right, cool. I don't want this next thing to sound like I'm just brushing you off. Because I'm not. That's really good information and I appreciate you. So thank you, but like if you want to, I would rather you not read the book, but if you ever wanted to talk about what was in the book, I'm happy to go over that with you, for educational and potentially life-saving purposes at some point. But
Can you give me I'm quite hungry and I think we're about to move out, but can you give me a few words just generalizing it so I can prepare for this conversation?
The thing that took Fenkin's soul is the thing this book is about.
And I mean, the facial expression I'm making it's like in character as well. Like,
It's straight up. Yeah, I feel that. No, 100%. When I first found it, I was like, yeah, this book is a bunch of shit. And then it's kind of just turned into a thing. Yeah, we could talk more about it.
Well, I've urged caution, and that's all I would
has been
do
urged.
here.
You know what?
I'm gonna go get me some mayonnaise, but you were saying
Breakfast of Champions. Here, and I'll hand the black box with the cards over. Like if they're real hot, if they're bigger than me, I feel like somebody who's better at this shit than me should probably have them, just in case.
Thank you. I'll hang on to them. Of course, those of us that were in the tomb need to, divvy up whatever, however. But I appreciate it. I will take good care of them.
Hell yeah. Breakfast time. Let's go.
Red sends over like, wait, what? I don't get anything?
You weren't down there. Get bent.
Wait, we get something then, because we were down there.
You're going to give these guys stuff and not me?
You weren't down there. Get bent.
I was watching the horses. The horses are all still here.
You know what? For that, you get this reward, and I'll give him 5 gold.
Sure. I'll take it.
All that's happening now is we know what we got. We can figure out how we're going to use it later.
Yeah,
And
so
I'm gonna.
you all satisfied with your prize? Was the
Uh,
bounty plenty?
It was all right. And I'm gonna like start sidling up to make food, like make a plate, and kind of open my bag, so that and I don't know Donnie's new character's name off the top of my head. I'm gonna like sidle up and like open my bag just a little bit so Ira can see that I have the box. So we all know where the big dangerous thing is, or like we know where the big dangerous thing is. And then I'm gonna ask, did the two of you find anything? You were down there as well.
I just found this, and he'll pull a vial that's on a necklace out from within his robes that he's wearing, and it looks like it's filled with a deep red liquid. Just this.
That looks pretty ominous.
I mean, when I found it, it was empty.
Well, that doesn't help.
And what did you put in it?
Yeah, it's my blood.
Why'd you put your blood?
Okay then.
I got the feeling whenever it was, when you spend enough time with an item, you gain the understandings and the properties of said items, and it required me to do so to gain its full effect.
I believe you also found me, and
Well,
for that-
yes, I wouldn't say that you're my property though. That would be outrageous.
Oh, of course not. But then I hand you a plate.
Oh, yes, thank you.
I'm grateful nonetheless. And,
But that's really about it.
seems all I found was a whole nother persona.
Yeah, nothing crazy or expensive, like a big chest or anything.
Ira, how
Lots of
old
gold.
are you?
You guys can spend all your gold on. How old am I? Well, I mean, it's hard to say now, but no, I was a middle-aged dwarf. Quiet.
So your middle age is different from my middle age. So like, what are we thinking? Because for reference, I'm like 5.
Oh, it's probably 48 years. That's something I considered before just now.
Well, right on. I mean, for reference, I've got like maybe another 7 good years in me. What are you looking at?
Hard to tell now.
Oh, cool.
Who knows? This thing may run on whale grease.
On what?
Whale
I had
oil.
I had a friend that ran on
Ambergris.
whale oil for a while, and
Did they slip?
yeah, her name was Greasy Amber. But
It's like
yeah, she broke both of her legs in multiple places. You don't run on that stuff, man. It's slick.
Sounds
So
like
far,
those
I feel
skids were greased
What?
well.
Oh yeah, that's like she knew how to grease the skids, and it broke both of her legs.
Oh,
my skids feel pretty greased right now, but who knows? But by the time we walk through the gates of Amphel, I might lock up. But what's life without adventure?
life.
Weird
It's
things
something.
happen every day. I'm sure this is just one of those things.
Anyway,
so
let's
do it.
yeah.
Perfect. All right, Red will go
I'll
ahead.
I'll cork my mayonnaise jug.
Cork it. Red will return the plate. Ira's like, not sure where you got these, but thank you.
Suck everything back into my all-purpose tool.
Alrighty. All right, to the town of Amphale then. All right. Louvre will go ahead, and as everyone's kind of packed up, horses strapped, dead bodies, I guess, piled up on one of the horses, leaving another one free. I don't know. She kind of looks around at you, Ira, being this. How tall and heavy are you again, just for the group's sake?
I don't remember the exact number. It was,
Like-
I believe I'm 6'10", and I just under 300 pounds.
Okay, it's not as bad as I was thinking. For some reason, I was thinking it was like 375 for something.
I'm still a
like that.
medium humanoid.
Still medium. All right, still works. So if you two, Ira and Koromer wanted to share a horse,
318 pounds.
218, perfect. You guys should be able to do that as well and still have a body horse.
Nice. A corpse horse.
Corpse horse. Corpse.
Awkward
course.
question.
Yeah.
Were we able to get the chest to shrink back down? Is this the thing we can keep with us?
Yeah. Nope. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. Yeah. You can go ahead and say the magic word. Leave it unlocked if you. Well, I guess you kind of have to. You don't have a key, or unless you wanted a magical lock or lock pick it back together. Can you reverse lock pick and lock and unlock lock?
That's a good question.
I don't see why not.
I would ask my
Craft a key.
DM, but that's you. So.
I feel like that's something I might have to deal with at some point in time.
I can just chisel the key out of a piece of wood.
Easy.
Let's get an artificer.
Yeah, just an artificer. It's easy.
Yes, same word. We'll go
And
ahead.
carpenter's tools proficiency. And wood carver's tools.
Wood carvers
Yeah,
and
they're-
carpenters. That would do it. But no, yeah, you can use the same code word. Ixnay will shrink it back up to the same size, so you can put it in a pocket, bag, pouch. Pretty easy. But as you guys are wrapping up, Louvet will see you. Get ready. All right. So back to Amphel it is. I'll lead you to the edge. And then she goes and leads the pack. It's kind of around midday at this point after, taking the time to really rest, get the food in and identify all those items. It takes you about a half day's journey, making it through towards the edge of the forest. Louvre is there's just something different, something off about her. Like she just is clouded with doubt and uncertainty if you guys are going to be coming back. If not, what is she going to do about it? And she's just kind of quiet on the walk out. But it's been 2 days, 3 days now, and you guys can finally see rays of sunlight. It's coming down from the heavens above as you reach the southernmost tip of the South Crypt Garden Forest. All right. I believe the road should be maybe a half day's trip that way, so you might be able to get it by nightfall. I hope you can find someone to bring back your friends, or at least give them the burial they deserve. And
Actually, Louvre, I had a question for you, and I'm sorry that it just now came up.
yeah,
You could totally tell me no if this is way out of line, but would we be able to put Fenkin to ground over by Navon's over there? He really liked it with all the Fae stuff that was growing. He's from the Fae, so I figured that's as close to home as we can get for him.
oh, like if you can't save them, type deal.
I don't think there's saving for him. I watched something pretty spooky take his soul.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'll have to ask the trees, see how they feel about it. But I can promise them a place in this forest.
I think that would be okay. I think that'd be nice. And we can. I can looking at everybody else. I can hang out and figure this part out and catch up to you. That's not a problem. I don't want to keep y'all waiting on trying to get to town.
You
So-
don't want to try to save him?
I would love to, but I don't think that's going to happen. At least not anytime soon, and not in any sort of like meaningful way. The
See,
thing
it's
I-
already been a couple days.
In about 1 day, we're coming up on like the 24-hour mark here in a few hours.
So like I don't see us being able to do it in a timely manner, A, and B, from what I understand, things like they have to be willing and able to come back. I don't know if the and able part is gonna be realistic, and as shitty as it might sound, I kinda don't want to spend the money on a pot like on a maybe. And I know that if I spent that kind of money on a maybe, Fenke would probably be really mad about that. So I think this might be the best like way to say goodbye and honor some memories.
If I may, a burial here might be the best thing because it won't be long till those fingers start falling off. Forgive me.
Ah, that's a very
It
real.
was a 2-day ride, if I recall. Once they finally built that highway.
I don't think they have yet. The last I heard, that whole thing has been stuck within like the city council, and it's just layers and layers of litigation on that and red tape.
From bureaucracy, I'm telling you. But that's fine. If you want to stay, you can come with me, or I can just take him back myself and
I don't.
lay him there.
I'm okay with that. I just didn't want to be imposing. Like I didn't want to just like. I didn't want you to feel like I was just dumping him on you. You know.
No. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Lorray, if I may. I think I might address the elephant in the forest here.
Elephant in here?
Probably. I'm gonna kind of look at the group and go, "Are we coming back to help here?"
I think we
that's
should.
what we said
I
we
am
were gonna do.
absolutely coming back. There are
All right.
secrets in that lab that I intend to return to.
Perfect.
100%. I think that's the right call, the real call. And I mean, it takes 2 days to get there. We take a day, get ourselves put back together, then we come on back, right? Solid plan? So like
And
we're out
the
for
question
about a week?
remains for Lorray, how should we find you when we get back to this? Because we're at like the edge of like this magical, scary place, right? So it's like, how should we find you before we wander in on our own and run into random treachery?
As soon as you come to the forest, I'll make sure that they tell me. They seem to be connected. And she just kind of pats her head on one of the tree barks. Or her hand, not her head. Ow.
Ubray's been a woodpecker this whole time. Every time
Never.
a bird.
My
I
God.
kept saying blue jay, mint woodpecker.
Who you're talking to?
Okay. If you'll take Fenkin's body back, we will come back.
Right, I'll
Thank
see
you.
I'll try to be in the area for a few days, but like I said, as soon as the trees know you're here, I'll be on my way.
One last thing. We're heading into a town. It's not the biggest town. It doesn't have the most resources, but is there anything we should look for that would help us in our eventual goal?
Or anything you need?
Yeah.
This forest has been able to provide everything I've ever needed, so nothing I need there. Yeah, that the only thing that you might want is something that could help you infiltrate an old elven stronghold. I'm pretty sure that's where those masked people are held up, and that's where Ira or not Ira, Rogar and Daroth would be.
Call the authorities.
Well, I think we are the authorities on this matter.
Yeah, it's kind of like Wild Wild West over here.
Why are we looking at a elvish stronghold exactly?
Oh yeah, I forgot you weren't here for that.
No.
That's a good question.
Good question. Yeah, well, so there are the other druids of my circle, Rogar and Daroth. They were taken by a mass group of people who had control over a dragon. I was able to escape and get away, but they were captured and maybe dead now. But I don't know. I've got a feeling that they're okay, and they keep this forest in check. So we would like to keep this place going.
And I mean, not to be crass, but is there a reason why we're making a 4-day round trip? Like Weird mentioned, even if we're not bringing the rabbit back, the other body's gonna be way too far gone before they could be resurrected, even by like strong magic, right? So like, is there a reason why we're going back and waiting 4 days if there's people's lives at stake inside the keep? Like,
The poor elf has already gone pale. Lift open the blanket covering.
My head's down. Like I'm just like,
See?
I'm not an expert, but I believe if we get back to Imphail fast enough, we can get there in time that Eric could be raised.
and one other question, you said you knew each other for a while. Did they want to be raised? Like, or they had the philosophy like once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, we never really talked about that too much. They didn't seem like too holy, or they kind of got weird whenever people would bring up Saloon. But other than that, I think they'd be for it.
Cool. I was just making sure we weren't going against any wishes, since you guys said you knew each other well.
Yeah, I've never actually done that though. So like, what's needed? Just a strong cleric, someone who's really in touch with the gods, or do we need money for this type of stuff?
I mean, money kind of makes the world go round, so that I would think
yeah.
so,
Unfortunately, Red, I can let you know that you're gonna need some cash to make this happen. It would be close if we sold everything we found, but I just want to prepare you.
I mean, that brings another. Do you guys even have the funds? Or do we
Listen, what we're doing right now.
You were hired to do, it should surely pay for whatever.
I'm just looking at Axel with my hands just kind of on my, like, I don't know what to do.
I mean, out of character, do we know the specifics of the Raise Dead spell? I've been playing it that we know there's a timeline. We think that we can get there, but we don't know the nuts and bolts of how much it costs and how long it takes.
None of us are
None of
the
us.
class at a high enough level to even understand the spell.
So
Yeah.
let's see. It'd be a 5th level necromancy spell. So that means you guys would have to at least find a
But class
7th level cleric who would be able to do that one. And
Sure.
it costs a diamond worth at least 500 gold pieces, which the spell consumes. So finding a person who has that type of skill, possible in Fail, likely in a place like Waterdeep. But yeah, as far as the nuts and bolts is like, do they even have a diamond? Is this something that you would need to get? Is this something that the Zentrum can, front up front and then exploit later type deal? That's all TBD. I'll do whatever you guys want to do, but as far as you guys are concerned or know that it is possible, but you're not sure if it's, like I said, someone has been there. And for the Raised Dead, you would know you have at least 10 days. So, if it takes a little bit longer with some type of side quest, or maybe you need to go look for something, you have a little bit of wiggle room.
10 days.
But
We
so
get this
far-
done here first, and then we go, and then it's just fine because we're not wasting more time going back and forth.
There's that. I mean, one of the original reasons that we were leaving was because we were down to 3. Now, if you two find folks are willing to go in there with us, it may make sense to do this now.
Yeah.
I mean, I may look
Or
like a
stroll
monster,
up it.
but don't have the heart of one.
I mean, Red, do you
remember the
feel
fog.
like you can get Eric back by yourself?
Yeah, I could do that. Just want to throw him on me and Seabiscuit. I can take him back to Anfail and then come back and meet you here, I guess? Or do you want me to take care of Eric first?
Out of
It's
character, do I know about gentle repose?
There's a lot of questions. Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, I
cantrip,
am a
first
second level
spell?
caster with sorcerer spells of the Holy Domain, so I feel like it's in my wheelhouse to maybe know about that one.
I think it's an Arcana check
Yeah, second level.
to identify spells.
Yeah, identifying is one thing, but just knowing of its existence is probably a much easier thing. Yeah, I'd say, let me look at the cleric, wizard, grave domain. Yeah, I'd give that to you. You would have a knowledge of, maybe not the exact knowledge of how the spell works, but you do know there is a way to preserve bodies magically.
And do I know, is there a temple to Lathander in Anfail?
Not that you saw. The only temple, if anything, that you saw was the Chantia. That'd be the goddess of agriculture. Thought to be a parallel or maybe a lover to Sylvanas. But she would be a greater deity. That's the only at least official or symbol that you saw kind of walking through the town.
Then, well, what do you all think about this? We send Red back. I write a letter to whoever's the keeper of that temple, asking them to do anything they can to either restore Eric or at least preserve them until we can arrive and make arrangements. The rest of us go down, finish the job, hopefully find enough resources to cover Eric's spell casting, and then we meet Red in Anfail.
I think that's a great idea. I wanted to throw one additional idea on top of it, which is sending Red with 100 of the 500 gold pieces we found as a down payment if they need it. Worst case scenario, Red, you seem trustworthy, but worst case scenario, you bolt with 100 gold pieces, which would be honestly fair at this point. I think we have enough money and magic items to cover that, and it would be kind of your cut if you bolted with it. If not, we'll cut you on the rest when we get back.
Eric kind of leans back a little bit, starts to ponder.
He's alive.
He's dead.
Sorry.
Nice one, nice one, nice one.
Toll the
Immediately,
dead. Toll it.
Moving blades, the construct.
Exactly. Don't move.
Red will say,
The fuck are you doing?
He's still got it in his back pocket. He's still got it there.
Red will say,
Holy.
if it wasn't Eric, then I'd be gone. But you'll see me at Amphail.
I'll look to the rest of the group to like get confirmation that I can hand these gold pieces over. And then, yeah, seeing no objection, I'll do it. For whatever palms you need to grease or people you need to, let the clerics know that we're good for the money. Here it is.
The mayonnaise for the road.
Hard to take care of, but thanks. Alrighty. Well then, I'll see you all when you get back. Don't lose any more. Sorry. Be safe. And aim true, I guess. Later. And he'll smack Seabiscuit and start riding off towards the town.
Yeah,
Louvre
got a free
will-
horse out of that.
Free horse. Louvre will look towards the rest of you. So are we going back to the clearing now to take care of the burial? Or do you kind of want that to be a private thing? Or we can go, I can take you right to the keep, we can get this thing done, knock it out like that. I guess let me know where you guys want to go.
Personally, I'd like to, get the body in the ground sooner than later. Just that kind of closure gets my head in the right spot to be able to do this next step. But again, I don't want to be the one holding everything up. So,
I mean, and not to be rude once again, I know you guys were close, but I mean, they're not going anywhere compared to the people that we might be saving might be.
that's true.
Like, we could leave them with this bird lady,
Yeah.
and then we could go
Well,
inside
solid
to
point.
keep, and then we could come out, and then you have all the time to be able to celebrate whatever they meant to you,
That's super fair.
instead of trying to rush the ceremony. But I mean, it's
Yeah.
your call.
No,
We're here.
You're right. That's probably the better way to look at it. Yeah, let's get going. Let's go save these people.
Alrighty. Louvre will start to head in a slightly different direction from where you guys came, seeming to get closer to the keep this time. As you guys start to make your way back into the thick of this forest, she's starting to take you through paths that seemed more well traveled after a while, almost like patrols and stuff have started to come through here. It is at that point, in the distance, you hear the sound of maybe 8-ish sets of footprints walking around, maybe about 150 feet off in the distance. Again, the fog cutting off your vision, not being able to hear anything. But from the sounds that they're making, seems like they're speaking in common, too far away to really make out what it is. But Koromur and Ira, these sounds similar to the cultist that you guys fought off just last night.
I'll look to the party in a very hushed tone. I know they're off. Those, I think, are some of the cultists that we fought off last night in the down in the ruins.
They're not
There's a
good
cult?
Yeah. There's a cult. Yeah.
We didn't run into any of those. What do you know?
people. Not the fun kind.
There's that's a different question for a different day. Not a whole lot. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know a lot about different. Let's call them religious organizations.
Is there did they have any kind of deity that they were flaunting? We fought them. I remember.
You would know that they were all wearing some type of green mask, and you did catch the symbol of Tiamat on one of the, the guard captain, more or less, or one of the superior looking or the higher ranking officials bear that mark.
Some cult of Tiamat, so unless you know any friendly Tiamat worshippers, then just be proceed with caution.
I mean, I know.
I'm going to cast Gift of Alacrity on myself.
Some real heavy and long side eye towards the new kobold in the group. We'll talk about Tiamat.
I mean, not me, but definitely. Yes, if the goblin likes to pillage, the kobold likes to worship Tiamat. Yes, it's all the same. Yes.
100%. Spin it back around. Gotcha, bitch.
My eyes are locked with Axel at this point. It's like kind of just following. Like, what are we doing?
Are we close to the tower?
We gotta finish the job we agreed to.
I will soldier on. Seeing Axel's determination, it's like I kind of follow suit. Like, as we get into these like murky situations where it's like not clear what we do, I'm like always following whatever Axel's doing.
Alrighty. Well, I can tell you we are probably we're close enough to the keep that we should probably think about stashing the horses again and either moving quietly or just charging in. But this is what do we? She takes she just freezes and moves closer towards the tree again. Weird. You can start to see the bark of the tree moves as like another face through a sheet comes out and begins to whisper into Louvre's ears.
God damn it, that's so fucking weird.
I will tell the group that I need 10 minutes.
Did anybody else see
Per
that, or was
the
it just
fucking
me?
usual.
Just weird.
All right.
Take a look at that. Oh, looks like the
Never.
patrol is slowly moving this way, so we can either run straight, book for it, go around them, or fighting's not my strong suit, but they are coming this way. Might be here in about. You said you need 10 minutes. They might be in like 11 minutes, I'd say.
Yeah, and I'm in a pickle because I need 10 GP worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs. And I think we've had this conversation before.
Hold on.
I want to cast Find Familiar at this point to kind of get some information and make their eyes my eyes, that sort of thing. But I don't know if I can do that because I didn't say that I wanted to do that when we were in town and I could get those resources.
Charcoal?
Just start a bunch of forest fires. You'll be fine.
I have
I have a stake that we could burn.
tinderbox. There might be charcoal in there. I have
Yeah.
chalk.
Okay, I'll throw it to the group. If we can get some charcoal, incense, herbs.
If you wanted to get real gamey with it, I could create a smith set, which includes
And a-
charcoal.
I need a brass brazier. These sorts of things. If we can get those
Oh.
things, I can get some information.
I mean these cult this group that we're looking at that kidnapped your druidic friends are these cultists the group that grabbed them? Because if so, can't we don't need information on that. Maybe we take down the group of them that were patrolling and keep one alive? And then we just ask for information that way?
Mm.
Also, I got it. Oh my god. I'm a fucking genius.
Well,
No, check it out. I can scare one of them away. I can get real spooky. I can make one of them run away. And then we just jump on the one and take the information from the one.
but you don't think like the other ones are gonna try to just attack the little goblin? Or I'm also small like you, so I get it, but I just was curious.
They're definitely
real-
coming our way.
They're definitely headed this way, and I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling real
mean-
good about this plan.
There's only one way to find out.
I'll cast snare. Takes a minute to cast.
Mm.
Okay.
I'll pull out my rope, 25 feet of which the spell's consuming. Very expensive
Ta-
rope.
I'm like, that's not a brass brazier. That doesn't help me. What are you doing?
Perfect.
For your brass brazier, will a lantern work?
It might.
It's made of brass.
I'm-
It's
It's just a
brass
lamp
lantern.
from the adventuring gear, like from the adventurer's pack. But
I'll also craft my Eldritch cannon preemptively since
Do we know
as
about
they get closer and closer.
how long we think it's gonna take for them to get here?
11 minutes.
Yeah, just over 10 minutes.
Perfect. Well,
So maybe they're a little bit further out, but you can still hear them off in the distance coming, and then with
Alright.
magic trees.
Here's the plan. No, do your plan.
while everyone's sort of preparing and getting things set up, I want to go ahead and begin to inspire these new individuals and do a inspiring speech for the next 10 minutes and give each of us 9 temporary hit points.
Oh, baby.
Please. What? You don't have to give me a full.
I was like, I hope I don't have to give a full tennis speech
What are
because that's
some
exhausting.
highlights that you're hoping to?
I mean, you should be ready for it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Okay,
you know what?
yeah.
Let me,
All right,
let me
go
just
on, DM. Put your DM hat on. And then
Chat GPT 10 minutes. Oh, sorry. The highlights are in theory, these people are the reason why people were lost. So these are the reason why people went down into a terrifying place. I don't know this for true, but I'm just sort of just putting pieces together that sort of looks good from an outside perspective. Your friend looked like it was very courageous and died in battle, so don't let that be in vain and fight like they would have.
with your
All right.
claws.
So check this out. This is my thought. This is the plan. Great speech, by the way. Fuck yeah. 10 out of 10.
Well said.
I'm gonna go up in front of us a little bit and try to like get these guys' attention. Not like, hey, look at me, but like maybe I get a little like bloodied up looking, and I go and I lay down and make some illusions and make them think that ooh, now I'm even spookier and something crazy's going on. I scare one of them. We take the other. If it doesn't work, then that's when you guys jump in. You give them the old razzle dazzle, and then we take them.
Well, I set up the snare. Why don't we just drag him over, lure into the snare, and then we'll just knock the other guy out, and we have a
That sounds
captured.
way easier. Okay.
But there was like a large group of them that were patrolling, right? There was like a group of, or this is a separate group of individuals.
About 8 sets of footsteps is what you were hearing, or what it sounded like.
Okay.
So there's definitely a way to get one or
Yeah.
a few of them to break off, but you're probably still gonna have to deal with the other ones.
Well,
Louvre offers, if you need me to, help subdue or keep one person down, I got a few ideas, but I don't. Yeah, just let me know what the plan is and if I can help.
One more thing I'm doing is I'm going to focus on my all-purpose tool and prepare Shillelagh as an artificer cantrip.
All right, perfect. All right, and then you said an Eldritch Cannon. Can you describe what that looks like as you are tinkling during Coromir's speech?
Same
Yeah.
question. What the fuck is an Eldritch Cannon?
I'm just starting to grab sticks and stones and everything that breaks bones.
Mm.
And I'm crafting. This time it kind of looks just like a ball at first. And we'll see what it does.
As all this preparation is happening, I'm going to turn to Louvre and go, I think whatever plan is about to happen is going to happen. And we'll let you know how you can be of assistance.
For all mechanical purposes,
But
I
it
have
seems like
left.
we're trying to get one alive to ask some questions, and whatever happens to the rest happens to the rest.
All right. With your passive insight, you can tell that something has flipped inside of her. Maybe she seems more determined now. Like she realizes what's at stake, and this might be the only option to go. And this
Now that we're not trying to raid her sacred holy place and help her, actually, okay, I got you.
Yeah. Try trust these people a little bit more, but she seems like she is more on the helpful, let's do this type side of things more than the I want to survive and this forest above all. So little bit of a mood shift that you can sense in her. But as everybody is making their preparations, getting things in order, you hear more clearly the sound of the patrol making their way. Now, probably about a minute out, that is where we'll go ahead and end tonight's session. As we have any final preps ready to go, and then we'll spring an ambush or whatever this is going to look like now with a new combat party into the fray.
Shillelagh.
All right, you guys are giving me whiplash. Let me just say, it's like we're in the ruins. All right, we're leaving the ruins. We're going back to Anfail. All right, let me plan Anfail. You know what? Fuck it. We're going back inside. All right, we're going back inside.
this is 4 years of payback, is all I'm saying.
Sorry, I didn't want a metagame, right? Like I knew out of character it could keep, and we should do the ruins now that we have.
Oh yeah, I had plans for Amphail, but it was all like buying shit that would help me cast Find Familiar and cast this, that, the other, and get a new spell.
You guys, also had information too that you haven't really shared with anyone of importance too. So I'm like, maybe there's some opportunity for that too. So
yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for not going back because I hadn't had it fully fleshed out. Now I've got more time, maybe.
We're gonna get 2 steps in, and then we're just gonna go like, yeah, we're over this. Let's head back to Anfield.
Oh,
We're
wait,
actually
fuck, guys.
almost
It's a
all gonna
dragon.
die. We're actually almost all gonna die. We're like, you know what? Let's just go to Anfield. We rest up. It's gonna be great.
We have plenty of gold.
Nothing's ever tried to kill me in Anfail.
That's what I'm saying. Also, you were like, yeah, Fenkin, this would be a really special place. You mean the place where Fenkin almost died to a tree, almost got eaten alive by a mound, and now you want to
Hey.
put them back into the ground?
No, over by Gnawbones, where all the cool plants are.
It was cool. I was just giving you a hard time.
Nah, nah.
Weird just wants to go get some more mushrooms to make them bigger.
Yeah.
This is why we
Weird
speak with
just
the
wants to vibe.
But
That's fair. Thank you guys so much
Weird.
for coming hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys head over to Adventure Dice as is sponsor of tonight's show, as well as Indie by Night. So make sure to head over to adventuredice.ca and use code JBrews for 10% off your order. But again, guys, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. Really do appreciate it. It's been a fantastic show so far. Thank you, Matt, for running. I do appreciate it for letting me be get a chance to run some players or run some characters through the good old sawmill for you. But we will see you guys next week with another episode of We Run the Dungeon, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.